Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon. Welcome to Can You Say That? We're talking about freedom of speech in the world of cancel culture. What does that look like? Some people will use their freedom of speech to say and do things that we disagree with. They might disagree with our opinions. They might even say mean or hurtful things. They might do things that we don't like. But even though these things might make us mad or hurt our feelings, believe it or not, that's still free speech protected by the First Amendment. One of the things that I personally, I just get so irritated when I see someone burn an American flag. Yet, believe it or not, that is a freedom that we have in this nation by form of protest. And see, we have to allow those kind of things to happen, because if we didn't allow them, then we'd be taking away someone's freedom of speech. If we can take away their rights, then it would be even easier for someone else to take away our rights someday. And see, and that's the problem with freedom. Freedom is tough, because freedom gives me the freedom to say and think and believe what I want, and then I have to give you the freedom to say and think and believe what you want, and then we have to find that common ground where we can trust each other to do that without crossing a line and doing something that's hurtful to the other person. Now, it is true that some people will use their freedom of speech to hurt others. But if we want to have freedom, we have to let other people be free too. And that is the tough part of how freedom works. In the old Spider-Man film, there came that phrase, with great power comes great responsibility. Just because we have the freedom of speech doesn't mean that we have freedom of consequences of our speech. The things that we say can impact other people. So it's important to remember that we have to use the freedom of the speech that we have wisely. It means that we need to think before we speak. It means that we need to be wise with what we say. It means that we understand that there are consequences to what happens when we say the things that we do. For example, if you yell fire in a crowded building and it causes a panic, you had the freedom to say and scream fire. The consequences of that, though, you might have to pay some type of penalty for. You might find yourself in jail. You might find yourself paying a fine. You might find yourself facing some charges that have resulted because of the exercise of the freedom of speech. Doesn't mean that you can't say it, but it means that there are consequences to come along with it. In other words, just because we have the right to say bad things doesn't mean that we should. Instead, we have to go back to the model of where do these freedoms come from. And these freedoms come from God. And so how does God deal with us? Well, God deals with us with love and compassion and care, and He expects us to model the same thing in the world around us. This applies to free speech. Free speech gives us the opportunity to stand up for others. Free speech gives us the opportunity to be a voice for those that need a voice. Free speech gives us the opportunity to be able to step in and step up when others are silent. And it's an incredible gift. But again, it comes with great responsibility. And so you and I have to hold on to the freedom that we have and do so with an intensity and a passion that allows us to impact the world around us. And so we'll continue our discussion of Can You Say That next time.